Do you ever just go on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or any of those and you start looking around for cool guitars and you just can't find anything cool? And in the end, you're just like, okay, maybe just cool guitars and gear don't exist in my hometown. If you think that Craigslist sucks or the selection of instruments that you get to find sucks, you are not alone. So here are 4 cool tricks on how to find guitars and gear in your life right now. Number 1, your location matters. It matters most. I learned this the most when I moved to New Orleans and when I was in Louisiana, and all of a sudden I found that Craigslist in New Orleans is just better than anything I ever saw growing up in Virginia, whether in the Shenandoah Valley or in Central Virginia or Northern Virginia. It's just better. But my location really matters because here's what I found. Certain guitar markets, because of certain genres being so popular, get oversaturated with certain kinds of guitars and gear. So the biggest thing I found was that in New Orleans, bluegrass instruments are not that popular, but jazz instruments are really popular. So jazz instruments were really expensive. And so it worked out great for me as someone who really likes old Martins. I could find them for really good prices because they weren't as popular. And so what I would do is I would buy Martin guitars for really affordable, $1,200, $1,500, and I would sell them for 40, 50%. Sometimes I would even double my money on certain guitars that I found just because a super bluegrassy D28 is not the right guitar in New Orleans. But it's the perfect guitar for people in my hometown, in Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley, in places that really care about bluegrass music. If you can't find the guitar that you want in your hometown market, find something that you can sell and make some good money on Reverb, and then you will be able to buy your cool guitar for less dollars put in than what it would take to actually buy it. I think that's a really helpful deal. The second one is know where to look. Facebook Marketplace is becoming the main place to look for guitars and gear because Facebook is tied to real people with real profiles. You're going to get a better response rate. You're going to just have more responsible sellers in general. Craigslist is still an old standby, but Craigslist is a little bit of the wild, wild west, like you'll find a cool piece of gear and you look for it and you send them an email and then they don't get back to you and you wonder whatever happened. It happens to all of us. There's a level of anonymity that is prohibitive a lot of times, and it just makes it to where it's not as helpful of a platform. So one of the most helpful tools that ties together both a good place to look and your location is using the app Nextdoor. At least here in the States, it's become really cool. I've seen a couple cool guitars come through it. So this is an app that is just about your neighborhood, and so it ties you more closely to your neighbors, which is a really good thing, almost always. And so you're going to get notifications for all kinds of stuff, what's the best auto detailer in your neighborhood, and someone's cat is missing. But you will find people that are saying, hey, I'm cleaning out my attic next Saturday, can people come help me? And that's where I saw a friend of mine just got a 1960 Music Master out of just helping somebody that he found on this app. The third thing, this is a sneaky trick. My wife told me actually not to share this one because it's been so helpful for me. Look for misspellings, look for vague descriptions, or the last thing, look for things that are just listed in the wrong section of whatever website they're in. Look for acoustic guitars, look for guitar, or listings that are put in with miscellaneous or antiques. A lot of times you'll see guitars put in the antiques section in Craigslist, not the musical instruments. So typically what it is these are people that just got this guitar through some situation that they're not a musician, they don't know musicians, and so they're just selling stuff. So every now and then I just search for acoustic guitar, or I search for old guitar, because that's how someone who doesn't know what they're talking about would list it, and usually they're pretty cool things. Someone just sent me a picture of, they found a 1930s Martin 0015 or 0017. It was totally ratted out, it was in a barn, but they found it just because it was just listed. I think this is in Kansas. I'll have to look through my messages and see where this guy was. But it was a guy that just listed this guitar because all it said was old guitar. Number 4, think outside the box. You need to find ways to be creative because listen, it's really good for you to be connected to your community because your location matters. So think outside the box. I still check, there's an old grocery store close to my house. I still walk there a couple times a week and just look on their message board, because they still have these kind of 80 and 90-year-old guys and gals that are living in retirement homes, they're living by themselves, and they still use the community message boards, and they're really helpful. So you'll see old guitars. So a couple weeks ago I saw a guy was selling a 1958 Martin D21. He was asking for offers. He was moving from his house into a retirement home and didn't want to bring the guitar with him. Use these 4 tricks. They are really helpful for you. They'll help you to find great guitars, but more importantly, they'll help you connect with your community to become the guitar person in your community. So now I don't have to look too hard for guitars and gear. They just seem to find me, because for 20 years in this town, I have been the guitar guy. I've been the one who just cares about guitars, and now they just seem to find me. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell down below so that you know when I put out more videos. But more than that, I want you to become a guitar hunter with me. Tell me in the comments below about the guitars that you found, what your tricks are, if you think any of these tricks are particularly helpful. And lastly, new t-shirts are coming. We're doing super comfy black t-shirts with the Guitar Hunter logo. We hope to have those in the beginning of January. So if you would, please buy those shirts, share them with your friends. It is the most helpful way that you can support this channel and help this become my full-time gig, creating videos and content for you, the guitar hunters of the world. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you later. Seriously, go find awesome guitars and gear. Tell me about them. Send me messages on Instagram. You can do that down here, or tell me about it on Facebook. You can do that over here. I want to hear about your life becoming a guitar hunter, how it's become awesome, how you've experienced more music and more friendship. See you later.